Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Botswana. This is a documentary series from 2017. It's one season long. It's only 3 episodes, and each of them are about 44 minutes long each. And they focus on different creatures, animals in that Botswana, Okavango area. They don't go into a whole lot of detail like other documentaries do. We have a lot of documentaries on Disney Plus from National Geographic that talk about the Okavango River and the region, the Delta, and Botswana. It's very much focused on a specific animal or the life of certain animals in this area. And the first episode focuses on lions. And I think there's later, the second one deals with just young animals, like lions again, that I could determine. I only watched the first episode. And the third episode deals with elephants of the Kalahari. So we get a lot of lion stuff in the first one. And it's pretty brutal, of course, as you expect. It's a kind of a... They build it towards mentioning how young male lions, even though they're exiled from the pack at some point, because they're adults and they are a challenge to the current Lion King, well, they have to become a Lion King of their own at some point. Doesn't really jibe with the movie, I'm guessing. So, Mustafa died, so didn't really have much of a choice. Anyway, that's right. He got exiled in a sense and lived on his own with Timon and Pumbaa. Yeah, anyway, that has nothing to do with anything, but this is much more brutal version of The Lion King, except for the part where Mustafa dies. But you get to see how the young females grow up, how the males grow up, and you get to see its fair share of violence. Large animals, the lions versus buffalo, versus zebras, versus giraffe, versus elephants, versus just mongoose, I think. There's little tiny, things. You get to see the little ones as they train. You get to see the really little ones. Just a warning, you don't get to see it, but one dies at the hands or the paws of other lions, other child lions who treat it as a toy. They just want to play. And look, there's a little tiny fuzzy fur ball and they just pick it up and do what they will. Thankfully, they did not put the camera on that and include that in the episode because that would just be upsetting. I don't want to watch that. That's just me. Maybe you do, but I don't think I want to know you then. If you really enjoy watching little tiny lion cubs get destroyed. So, yeah. But if you want to see other animals get destroyed by lions, man, of course, they always pick on the kids. And whether it's a zebra foal or a young elephant, you get to see these lions are still much smaller than, even though some of them are like 500 pounds, they're much smaller than even a small elephant. Take that whole thing down, that whole little, whatever the child elephant was called, I can't remember. But it's very, pretty brutal, kind of bloody at times. It's, they don't cut away too much when it comes to those things. Because, hey, it's the law of the jungle and it's just pretty intense and how that all goes down. And if you like that kind of thing, this is definitely for you. This is definitely, if you want to see that whole just brutal, it's well shot. It's got a whole lot more, let's just say it looks a lot more intense because of the dramatic music. It's really some intense, dramatic, powerful music floating under this. What kind of makes it a little cheesy for me is the fact that they keep making references to the lion pack as like a mob group, like the mafia, like it's just like a team of mobsters moving in on certain territories and taking down, and there's the boss, and there's just lots of mob metaphors in this, which is, to me, a little kind of silly, but I don't think it's totally inaccurate, but it's a little forced, I think, because just when you think they're done with it, it pops up again. So, yeah. I really can't really tell you much more about this without, I mean, there's not like a whole lot of story. I mean, you get to follow certain animals, but they don't like start naming them like they do in other documentaries, like a Disney Nature or something. You know, there's not like a lion named Kevin and you just want to follow Kevin's experience as he grows up to be a Lion King. No, there's no Kevin the Lion King. It's all right. It's it's definitely for those who love the National Geographic brutal takedown animal videos that take place in Africa. That pretty much sums it up. That's what this does. I'd imagine maybe the later 2 episodes might not be as brutal, but hey, you're dealing with lions, so it's gonna be fairly brutal. But yeah, you get a little insight into their, you know, family ecosystem and their different packs and how they deal, how they hunt, how they often fail when they hunt. So yeah, it's not all just takedowns at all, like, oh, we're gonna just kill all these animals. It's a lot of time them trying and realizing that, hey, 3 out of 4 times when they try to go on a hunt, even as a pack, they fail. And by the way, the women are a little bit better at this than the men. Go figure. Anyway, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
93.
93. Don't have to scroll far. Come on. Oh, man. This is fairly intense stuff. This is another documentary, but it's very much not nature. Animals and nature kind of related, but it is African related. Coming up on anyway, this is just Black History Month next month. This is Clotilda, the last American slave ship. So yeah, we're gonna learn all about the very last American slave ship. That did not necessarily end slavery worldwide. No, there's probably slave ships still going to other parts of the world, but this is the story of the last one heading to America. So that documentary is what we're watching next. Clotilda, the last American slave ship, next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.